just met a girl named Maria, and suddenly that name will never...
Let me start off by saying, as a fellow New Yorker, my daily regiment is simple. Wake up from my crummy apartment on 5th Avenue, walk 4 miles to grab a coffee and a hot dog from one of the locals, have a book to read while I'm at the subway, and finish off my day of recording and writing. All of that changed back in 2012, when alien monsters arrived out of nowhere and threatened to destroy everything, only to be stopped by what appeared to be real-life superheroes, much like the kind I used to read about back in the 90s before they got overly political. To say that day changed my life is an understatement, and as New Yorkers, we remember that day every day like a movie directed by the Firefly guy. You would think that they would commemorate this moment and honor our heroes in some capacity that will live on forever. Instead, they made a musical out of it. Hey everyone, I'm Soren Brando from the New York Warp Zone, here to bring you another fascinating theater review down here in the Great White Way. This is Rogers the Musical. Opening on the Marquee Theater last month, replacing that god-awful Beetlejuice musical that nobody remembers yet still stayed on even after the blip, Rogers the Musical, which in my opinion feels like a self-glamorizing title, recounts the history of how the Avengers got together to stop the Chitauri and defeat Loki before he could unleash his evil across the galaxy. Of course, this being called Rogers the Musical, it also serves as an ego-boosting origin story for the first Avenger, Steve Rogers, played by Tom Feeney, portraying him as a scrawny kid from Queens who becomes a superhero after being experimented upon by scientists in a lab. The plot made zero sense and the set looks like it was designed by children.
Yeah, children did make it! My children!
And to add insult to injury, the cast looks like horribly deformed stunt doubles from a bad Square Enix Avengers game who look and act nothing like their real-life counterparts. Note: originally, the role of Steve Rogers was supposed to be played by Reeve Carney, but he dropped out of the production after saying, "I still wake up in cold sweat from that time I once played Spider-Man back on Broadway. Never again." The production looks cheap, store-bought, and stale, focusing more on spectacle than actual story. I had to glance at my playbill multiple times just to remind myself that this was not an Andrew Lloyd Webber production, but ironically, I found myself wishing that this was something similar. The musical numbers are drab, dull, and somehow make the Avengers look like pathetic tools who will sing their enemies to submission rather than doing the sensible thing and killing them. Notable standouts are the opener on your left, where we see Rogers talking to future Avenger Sam Wilson, aka Falcon, played in this production by the lovely and wonderful Jordan Fisher. And we get a small but uplifting reminder at just how humble Cap's beginnings actually were, being a scrawny teen who wanted to serve his country and becoming the greatest American hero in the process. From there on, the story continues to the formation of the Avengers in a very, very loose adaptation since, now I'm not an expert I admit, but I'm pretty sure Ant-Man wasn't an Avenger in 2012, and we continue to get more and more songs that serve to pad the first act rather than actually entertain anybody. To make matters worse, during the penultimate number for the Act 1 closer Save the City, the wires holding Iron Man actor Aaron Nedrick, who looks about as much like Tony Stark as War Machine looks like Terrence Howard, ended up snapping and the poor actor was swinging around while the stagehands were trying to pull him into safety. This went on for an agonizing 4 minutes. At that point, the real Chitauri can come back and destroy the theater with us in it and no one would object. After that disastrous turn of events, and I'm not talking about the wire malfunction, Act 2 opens with the Avengers fighting each other? Wait, what? During the Act 2 opener, He's My Friend, we suddenly see Iron Man and Captain America fighting one another. Why? As far as I'm concerned, the two got into a money dispute, which for someone like Tony Stark seems very likely plausible. But I can't tell you what led to this altercation other than we needed the Avengers to disband. Okay, but why though? If you're not going to be historically accurate, the least you can do is be consistent. The song quality also diminishes drastically as it seems they got a different composer for each act. Only where Act 1 feels like it was done by Stephen Sondheim, God rest his soul, Act 2 looks like it was done by Bono and The Edge. Also, where did Falcon go? He gets established in the first song of the show then completely disappeared. And not because of the blip, mind you, they just forgot to include him in the rest of the show. I'm serious, people. This show was handled so piss poorly, and I don't even understand what the thought process was for this. Rogers the Musical is an Avengers-level disaster. The script is flimsy and nonsensical, the songs are pedestrian and inconsistent in tone and quality, the cast does fine with what they are given, but it really does say something when the standouts of this show are Adam Pascal and Ty Taylor of both Rent and Chess fame as, according to my playbill, lead New Yorkers 1 and 2. This feels like a show that didn't know what it wanted to be. Is it an Avengers show, a Steve Rogers show, a show about New York, or is this all just some elaborate, elongated Saturday Night Live sketch that we as the audience are being subjected to? Either way, Rogers the Musical dies the same way Iron Man did. Not with a bang, but with a whimper. Save your money, go watch that Dear Evan Hansen show, I heard it's pretty good. Avoid this like Wanda Maximoff near a building with explosives, because Rogers the Musical bombs.
Can I help you?
Hey, Sebastian! How you doing? ¿Qué pasó, wey? I heard that's what you Mexicans say, right? How's the trip been? Been gone for a couple of months. I haven't seen any uploads from you or your friend Diego.
I'm gone for New York for 3 days. What the hell has been going on around here? And look at this fucking mess!
Yeah. So, not to be a dick, but the whole Airbnb thing that you were doing here, you kind of ran out of snacks pretty quickly. Not a lot of organic stuff in your fridge, by the way. So how was Hadestown?
Get out of here, asshole!
Jesus Christ. Alright. Hey everyone, I'm Sebastian from Cinemageddon Reviews, and I am back! Where the hell was I? Man, it's been a while since I've done one of these. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm very sorry that it took me so long to get another video such as this for all of you to enjoy. But ever since my Dear Evan Hansen video, I felt like I needed a little bit of a break in order to get my batteries recharged. Having had the chance to go to New York and watch Hadestown for the first time in person and then coming back, I can happily say that I am back to making content for all of you to enjoy. For now, however, thank you so much for watching once again, and if you like what you see here and you would like to see more, then be sure to like, share the video with your friends, and subscribe for more content. And if you would like to support the show, then check out our Patreon page for bonus content and exclusive rewards, including not only the chance to request for a show or movie for us to review in the future, but also receiving access to our official Cinemageddon Reviews Discord server. As always, I'm Sebastian from Cinemageddon Reviews signing out, and I'll see you on the wasteland.